And now at 11 o'clock, reopening rollback. Two of the biggest states in the country are putting reopening plans now on pause. And could California be next? Good evening, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
And I'm Chuck Henry. Well, tonight we are seeing a surge in COVID-19 cases here in Southern California, and even the White House was talking about it today.
NBC4's Robert Kovacic live in our newsroom right now with some new information everyone needs to hear. Robert.
Colleen and Chuck, will we end up like Florida and Texas, where governors there are doing exactly what they hope to avoid? Rolling back reopenings. Tonight, for some parts of California, it's already crunch time, and the big question for others could soon be answered. Will you once again be ordered to stay home? The Golden State has reached a grim milestone as California tops more than 200,000 cases.
This disease does not take a summer vacation.
Will it force a summer shutdown? In San Francisco, barbershops, tattoo parlors, and other high-risk businesses have just learned their doors will stay closed.
Those plans will be put on pause.
Near San Diego, in Imperial County, the push to reinstate stay-at-home orders, where 23% of the tests are coming back positive. Newsom says he will leave it up to individual counties to decide what's best, but don't push your luck.
We reserve the right in real time to make adjustments.
Inland Empire counties, where cases are rising, singled out today by Vice President Pence. In San Bernardino County, 12.5% of those tested coming back positive.
That is a huge increase for us as a county.
And in LA, this temporary triage area outside the ER at Cedars-Sinai remains in place if needed. And the possibility is looming.
I'm more concerned than I was last week about what we may be seeing coming at us.
Meantime, healthcare workers like this Woodland Hills nurse caring for patients who are dying without families by their sides.
They can't have a room full of visitors walking them to the end.
All right, tonight in Sacramento, lawmakers passed a new budget now heading to Newsom's desk, $716 million reserved for the coronavirus response. If lockdowns are renewed, it could happen in 13 California counties now on a watch list. That list includes the counties of LA, Ventura, Riverside, and San Bernardino. And tonight, Orange County could soon join that list if cases there continue their upward surge. Up in our newsroom, I'm Robert Kovacic. Chuck, let's go back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. Now, as some states and counties pause and consider actually rolling back their reopening plans, people here returning to restaurants and bars. And tonight, NBC4's Darsha Phillips spoke to owners and patrons about the impact of a pause in California's reopening.
A Friday night out.
This is my first night out, out and about at nighttime.
More people starting to venture into bars as things slowly reopen, even if it looks a little different.
We did the sheets to make a barrier.
35er Bar in Pasadena has taken several steps to keep employees and patrons safe.
We're sitting about 50% capacity right now because we're making sure that all the tables, all chairs are pretty much 6 feet away.
But with COVID cases continuing to rise, these streets, bars, and restaurants could soon be empty.
Texas and Florida ordered bars to close after a surge in COVID cases, and Governor Gavin Newsom says he's prepared to follow suit if necessary.
That's what we are scared of, so we're trying to get it in right now in case they do close down, because then we'll be in our house for 6 more weeks.
Most people we spoke with say they would understand if restrictions were put back in place.
It's really important to listen to the leadership. If the leadership is saying to stay home more often, and they're closing down the venues, then we should respect that, because I think it will save lives.
But they do worry about how businesses will survive and how the economy will fare.
It's heartbreaking because, you know, the small businesses, this is people's livelihood, it's their life savings. They put everything into it, not knowing that this was going to happen.
In Pasadena, I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
We have some new details tonight about children being held in 3 immigration and customs enforcement family residential centers. A federal judge here in Los Angeles now says they have to be released within 3 weeks. The judge said that the danger posed by the coronavirus is just too great to keep the children there, and they have to be released by July the 17th to suitable sponsors or their parents.
Happening now, dozens of protesters blocked a main street in Beverly Hills tonight in an effort to get their message heard.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
This was by Beverly Gardens Park. Earlier this evening, protesters parked their cars and gathered at Rexford and Santa Monica Boulevard. Their message, Black Lives Matter and defund the police. Now there's a 9 o'clock curfew in Beverly Hills, but that's for residential areas only. This is actually in the business district, so protesters were actually in the clear.
New at 11, there was a lot of confusion. Shoppers at the Lakewood Mall tonight we've got this video here behind me that shows deputies, well, they arrived just after what they termed as a large fight broke out. Nobody was arrested, but hundreds of teens disrupted Friday night. And the shopping that goes on at the mall there. Tonight, NBC4's Beverly White has the story for us.
Order was eventually restored outside Lakewood's main mall late tonight after LA sheriffs say a horde of teenagers rushed in, forcing stores to close early. Witnesses describe a frightening scene.
200. All of them ran through the Macy's store too, so that's when all the sheriff deputies started running like towards them, like forcing them out the other side towards the parking lot side.
I just saw everyone just locking up their stores. And there's this one jewelry store that's just closed down automatically, and they're telling everyone to get out.
Lakewood sheriffs say they're checking security video for shoplifters, but none of the 300 to 400 young people who flooded the mall were arrested. Witnesses say they definitely saw people escaping with inventory from Macy's.
Police and security guards just surrounding the place and telling the kids to get out. And that's when you see kids getting clothes and just running away.
Merchandise was on the floor, food was thrown around, jewelry shops even closed down because they were scared of people breaking in too. So
3 weeks ago, the city of Lakewood tweeted about how the National Guard was deployed to protect the mall when Black Lives Matter protests erupted in Long Beach. Nobody was protesting when tonight's mayhem broke out. Shoppers call it all sad and regrettable.
These businesses back here, they work hard for their stuff, and they have reasonable prices, and we should support them.
In Lakewood, Beverly White, NBC4 News.
And new at 11, looters were caught on camera during a protest earlier this month in Riverside. This is actually one of several videos released by police. Investigators say the looters broke into a T-Mobile store as peaceful protesters were leaving the area. Another video shows several suspects trying to break into a bank ATM. Police are asking for any help in identifying any of the people you see in these videos. The time has come for us to say goodbye to our dear friend, our dear colleague, Fritz.
Would you welcome, please, Fritz Coleman.
That's one of these days when this job feels like you're the branch manager of an Ohio savings bank.
Fritz Coleman, he's not just any man, he's the weatherman. Oh, yeah.
You find better weather on another station, bring it to me, I'll match it. I'm the Prince of Weather.
Fred is all sports. Fritz is all weather. Fred is all show. Fritz, on the other hand, is the Prince of Weather. Fritz and Fred, good sports.
39 years and hanging it up, a tribute from comedy legends, Fritz's final forecast, and our farewell to a man whose career stands as tall as he does. Next.
Last night, Jimmy had Demi Lovato with Google translated songs.
You are hot when you're on fire.
Oh, thank you.
That was awesome.
Tonight, there's Pierce Brosnan, Nicole Richie, and thank you notes. New Fallon at home.
Today marks a day that we've all, well, actually dreaded. Words fail when you're saying goodbye to somebody who's more than just a colleague. Fritz Coleman exemplifies what it means to connect with viewers on or off the camera. Well, this is Fritz's last day with us before his retirement.
You know, in this world, sometimes when you say one name, you know exactly who you're talking about. Cher, Oprah, Shaq, The Rock. Fritz paid me to say that, you know. And Fritz is right up there with them. Everyone knows Fritz. Everyone loves Fritz. He's our friend, our colleague, and the guy who has kept us laughing.
Where do you want me to sit, over here?
Fritz is very simply the soul of our NBC4 newsroom. He is all that is noble and kind. His well-earned retirement comes after nearly 40 years.
I love my job. I love being on TV every day. I love coming into people's homes. I love seeing my coworkers every day. I love the job.
So when you started here 39 years ago, could you ever envision you would spend close to 4 decades?
No. You know, I didn't start out to be a weatherman. Sometimes I feel like it's the greatest scam ever perpetrated in show business. But I'm very, very thankful and grateful when I look back.
God goes, hey, work for it, pal.
Like a good comedian, he attributes his success to good timing.
Just when a boss that we've had starts to get irritated with me, he goes on to another job and I get a clean slate and they bring in a new guy. So I've been able to make that last for 40 years.
Fritz, good-humored, humble, and always hardworking. But the most rewarding aspect for him has always been, and will continue to be, helping others. One of the many reasons Fritz is so admired by NBC4 President and General Manager Steve Carlston.
You are just somebody that gives back to the community all the time. You're great on air. Everybody loves you. But deep down in my heart, I'll always think of you as the kindest person I've met in this business.
NBC4 Vice President of News Renee Washington calls Fritz a legend.
This is for sure the end of an era, but the best part about it and what I find comfort in is knowing that he ended his career on his own terms.
Stubbornly optimistic and always, always generous. You know what I'm going to miss, Fritz?
What's that?
The daily hug.
I got plenty of hugs for you.
Ooh. Fritz's career full of accolades and adventures that took him across Southern California and around the world.
There's me with at least a can and a half of Aquanet on my head. Look at that. That's a dome of hair right there.
Fritz makes us laugh, and he makes us all so much better.
How I felt when I started was nauseous, insecure, and absolutely certain that this would not turn into a career. And how I will feel after the 11 o'clock news on the last night is nothing but grateful.
You're the face of the station, Fritz.
Oh. You want me to weep on camera? Is that what you're going for?
This has been a hard week.
Oh, sweetie.
But I'm going to get you to commit on camera. If we're short-handed,
oh, no problem.
You live down the street,
no
will you
problem.
come in?
No problem. Thank you. You are my friend and I love you, so I'm not going anywhere.
You know, I joke about you being the rock, but you really are the rock of the newsroom here and so much more. In fact, I look at our foursome out here, and Fritz, you're the real anchor for this group.
Thank you.
And then, Fritz, in your career, you met Fred Rogan.
That's accurate, Chuck. And by the way, we have breaking news. We have a chase, Fritz, so that's going to end tonight's Eliana Moreno will be jumping. Now, Fritz, what can we say? You know, you have been the rock, you have been the anchor. And it's funny, some young people today had no idea that you were a comedian before you got into weather. Look, it's been one hell of a ride. It'll never be the same. Our business has changed dramatically. And I am just thrilled to say that you and I were there when it could not have been any bigger or any better. And I am just so honored and thrilled to have had the chance to work with you.
I feel the same, Fred. Thank you.
And Fritz, we are not done yet.
I know
you have more work to do.
Okay.
The final forecast is next.
Fritz Coleman, I have watched you in Los Angeles for 40 years. All of those years, I've watched you tell me what my weather was going to be like. I am so glad that now you are going to enter an entire new stage of your life. You have contributed so much to California, so much to our city. I wish you well. Congratulations. Good luck. Congresswoman Karen Bass.
Oh, we know who she is. All of Los Angeles loves our Fritz. This is a city made up of millions of people, and also who better to express LA's love for Fritz than the mayor himself.
We played a snippet of his message during the news at 6 o'clock this evening, and tonight, well, he has a little surprise.
Fritz, you are Los Angeles. You are the angel that rises above all others in this city of angels. You're funny, you're humble. I've seen you quietly behind the scenes when nobody's there, hosting so many fundraisers to help great causes and organizations, always with a wry sense of humor. When the tech gives out, you just keep going. You are a true pro, and I literally am shocked. I can't believe you're leaving, being there front and center and bringing us together. What Fritz says, we know, and so that's why I'm proud to announce we're going to be changing the Hollywood sign to make it Fritzwood. Until at least they find out that I've done it. I figure during a pandemic, nobody will notice. I'll call you. It might only be for a few minutes at night. Look up, see it. You are a star. And all kidding aside, thank you for enriching our lives. I wish you nothing but the best. Take your comedy career on the road. We're going to still need you for emceeing. Lead with your heart. Let us know it's always going to be 72 and sunny. And we love you. Thank you, Fritz, from the bottom of my heart.
That was good.
It works.
That was
It works. It works.
Well, as we all know, and certainly the mayor alluded to it, Fritz has been telling us about the highs and lows, the Santa Ana winds, and of course, all the weather for 39 years. And Fritz, I still want to know who or what is Coastal Eddie?
Coastal Eddie is a guy that has a record of 2 felonies. He had an illicit out-of-marriage relationship with onshore flow, and I'm writing a book about it.
Well, this is it, Fritz. Your final forecast. So what's it looking like? And do we really care right now?
Oddly enough, onshore flow is a big part of our forecast. We have a deep marine layer called June gloom, and it's going to be around for a while, and we're going to have varying degrees of it over the next couple of days. It will get deeper when we get to Monday and Tuesday, to the point where we won't have a lot of sunshine, and we probably will have a little spotty drizzle, particularly on the north end of the valleys, into the foothills and some of the upper elevation spots, and those will be the coolest couple of days. What we're going to do right now is do an abbreviated forecast, because it's important that we get back to me before the end of the forecast. Here's what we got for you. These are current numbers. We're in the low 70s inland. We're in the mid and upper 60s on the coastal plain, 79 in the Antelope Valley, 68 degrees at Hemet. Here's what to look for. June gloom overcast, almost the same scenario tomorrow morning that we had today. By noon, pulling back to sunshine inland, but staying cloudy in some coastal spots, and almost no change in temperature, just 1 or 2 degrees either side of where we were today. We'll have the same marine layer on Sunday, but it's going to be cooler by 5 or 6 degrees, particularly in the valleys. Deepest marine layer Monday and Tuesday, no clearing, and again, a thick bank of clouds and fog being pushed to shore by onshore flow, to the point where we may see some drizzle. Here are your 7-day forecasts. The LA Basin and inland Orange County communities on top. 80 and 72, noticeably cooler on Sunday. The good news is that Monday and Tuesday we're going to be nice and chilly with very little clearing, then back up again. If you need to be a little bit warmer, we'll be warm a week from now. And then we're looking at the valleys of LA and Ventura County on top, 86 for Saturday, then a 12-degree drop on Sunday, and about the same on Monday with a drizzle chance. On the bottom, we've got 88 and 78 for your weekend temperatures. High desert, 102. We have windy conditions with an elevated fire danger in the Antelope Valley of the high desert, with the winds in the dry air and the 100-plus heat. And then we're down to 84 on Sunday, a big drop back up to near 100 degrees by the end of next week. Low desert, we're looking at 106 and 98 for the weekend, and then up in the mountains, sunny skies 80, and then down 10 degrees on Sunday. Mid-60s will be the cool day on Monday. So that'll be doing it. Have a great night. If you need weather beyond this point, look on your phone. Just kidding. We have the best meteorology department in Southern California. I hope you'll stay tuned to the kids.
Hey, best one yet. What do you guys say? A plus?
A plus.
All right.
Good.
Really?
All right, Fritz, this is your life. We're not done with you yet. Some of the biggest names in comedy have a little something to say about our Fritz.
And are you aware of the fact that Fritz and I at one point were in a movie together? It's a real whodunit, and that's next.
Shop Howard's 4th of July sales.
Uh-oh. I didn't order a lawyer. Did you order a lawyer, Fred? Sure. Extra large. To go. Would you hand me that right here?
Another stunt?
Stunt? What stunt? We like girls.
No, you're right, Mr. Mason. We're giving away a harem. 30 girls. Count them, 30. What can we do for you?
You know, it's really a shame that performance did not win a Cable Ace Award. I'm telling you. And I'll say this as well. So Regis Philbin was the manager of a radio station, and in this episode of Perry Mason, he was killed. Everybody wanted to kill him, but it was G. Gordon Liddy that got him at the end. So Fritz and I were okay.
Ooh. That was brutal acting in that thing, I'll tell you.
That's probably why we were not acknowledged for an award. Some of our viewers got on Twitter tonight to wish you the best, my friend. Liz Brown wrote, "No, Fritz did not say it would be like this. I can remember when he first started, such a great weather person. Enjoy your new beginning." Deborah wrote, "Fritz, you won't remember me, but I worked at La Scala as a waitress in Burbank when you were just starting at NBC. I introduced you to my new boyfriend. We celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary this year. You were so nice, and we both have loved watching you." And finally, from American Made, it simply says, "You're next, Fred." Really. We still got a little time to go. But Fritz is definitely going to be missed. And I'll tell you, leading up to this week, for all of us, we knew it would be here. This would be the night. Fritz, I don't think this has been as easy for you today as you thought it would be.
No, it's not easy. Just the effort that went into this and the love and people's reaction. The thing about this business is you don't really know how you affect people, the unintentional consequences of people, but I've heard some astonishing comments from people, and you don't know. It's been a privilege. It's been amazing, Fred.
And you deserve it. We're going to be right back with what the biggest names in late night have to say about our Fritz Coleman.
You want sports? We're back in the game. Fred Rogan's leading the charge, FaceTiming with the biggest names, tackling the hottest topics.
Should sports be leading or following the country out of this pandemic?
Going Rogan, the home edition, Sundays at 3 and midnight on NBC4.
America, the
Fritz, we're all used to laughing with you in the newsroom, but people may not realize this. You're quite an accomplished comedian.
And some other funny people wanted to send you, Fritz Coleman, a very special message today.
Wait, Fritz Coleman is retiring.
Yeah, it'll be better if I
can't believe this. This is my face with a 40% chance of tears. Fritz, you are a legend. You've always been great to us, always been great to me. I just love you, and I wish you all the best, buddy. What a great career. You're awesome. Congrats.
Fritz Coleman, Henry Winkler, congratulations. What an enormous job you have done, what a service you have done, and all with great humor. We appreciate you, this city appreciates you, and I cannot wait to see what your next journey is.
I've been at comedy for a very long time, Fritz, even longer than you've been, and I just got to tell you, no, just don't do it. But I will also say, now that the job is open, I'm available. I completely. We got a cold front coming in here. I mean, I could do that. You know, we got 98 in West Covina, and we've got 97 in Monrovia. Yeah, like people in West Covina are going, damn, it's hot here. What is it? Go to Monrovia and cool off. There's a cold front coming through there, according to Fritz Coleman on Channel 4. I could do that job.
Hi everybody, Jay London here wishing Fritz Coleman a happy retirement. You know, I've known Fritz for almost 40 years. We first met doing a benefit. He went on first and I went, he's a weatherman. How funny can he be? Guy blew me off the stage. Hey Fritz, stay in your lane. You know, you got the weather thing going. Okay, just stick with that. Some of us need to make a living, okay? So I appreciate it. See you out there on the circuit, pal. Let's see how you do now.
Oh, man. Unbelievable.
Here you go, buddy.
Oh, look at that, Fred. Fred made me a cake.
There you go.
That's
Took all
so
day.
nice. That's fantastic.
Come on over, take a look
Now,
at it.
Ellen DeGeneres is going to jump out of here. That's really nice. Thank you, you guys.
You know,
there are only 5 people in here. This is a cake for 90 people.
Here, let's hold it up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see that.
Really not. That's spectacular. Thank you.
You know how it all started? Fritz said it'll be like this.
Yeah.
I can tell you after tonight, it will never be that way again.
I don't know. We've been through a lot, Fred. We've had some astonishing moments together, from the Olympics to all the promos that were like the pinnacle of our careers. I'm grateful for it. The older I get, the more grateful I am.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, my friend.
You will be missed.
I appreciate
Fritz,
it.
we will miss you. You leave such a legacy for Channel 4.
Thanks, everybody.